What up, my people? I'm gonna put down one more before I call it a night, just to share a little bit of insight on what I feel. This name is about my top two women content creators on YouTube. Uh, my Cookie Monster and my Young Jazzy G. Um, Several months ago, I was kicking it over Victor Moan house. Just pulled up after work and want to go straight home. Went over and bugged the hell out of him. This before he got his job. And I was telling him we was having a line about me getting online. And I was sharing with him why I didn't like a particular content creator. If you guys connect the dots, you can, but I'm not gonna use the name. And he said, "Well, bro, you can't really look at that like that because this person here is diagnosed with bipolar and just flip out sometimes." Now, before he told me that, and before he let me know that it was etched in stone to his standpoint, I'm taking his word for it. Uh, so he looked me in my eyes and told me, you can't look at that situation like that. And you know me, I can do what I want to do. But he let me know that because he knows the way I think. He got insight on the way I think. And I'm a pretty fair person. So when he relayed that to me, all my bad thoughts about that person disappeared. I still don't go to them. I still don't look at their work no more. But all my bad feelings I had about them left. Uh, so here we go. Fast forward. I see an actual. Well, I explain later about the first power team, the first team that I thought was a power team. But my two girls and one of my main guys that I check out got together and teamed up as a force and was a powerful force for that little bit of time. They was together, tag teaming, helping each other, getting big old rooms of people and helping each other. Oh man, it was beautiful, man. I see people come to work like that. It was so beautiful for that little period of time. And they was going to war. They got sick and tired of a particular content creator. I'm not gonna use his name. Particular content creator bullying and harassing women mainly. Few men, but more energy for the women than anything. And you know, don't forget the fact that this particular content creator had a lot of women backing him up. So it's, kind of creepy, right? And I can understand about the tough love and I can understand all that, but you know, as a adult that claim to run businesses and do things for the community and look out for other people's best interests, you know how to apply tough love. You don't apply tough love with just bad words. First you have to show the person in particular that your love is unconditional towards them. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you got to do first and foremost. Second of all, it has to be applied uh, consistently. It has to be something every time they question it. It's got to be something they can look at and say, "Hey, this person have proved. This person do prove that they do love me." You don't just come out with words, aggression, and judgment and things like that. Nah, man, come on now. So this power team got together and they start knocking down walls. Now I had the King of Trolls. Well, should I say I got the King of Trolls? Now the King of Trolls, a bad mama jamma. And I'm not saying that because it's my god brother. I'm saying that because I've been through a whole lot of chat rooms and people give this supposed to be bum his due respect. Like, hey, you come at him, you better be prepared for a fight. But see, this team got together and they was a monster. You hear me? Monster. And I was so geeked that I could be a witness to this. I'm gonna roll up these windows, y'all. I was so privileged to be a witness to it because it just showed me no matter how you look at things, you don't really know nothing. Because the way things was going and how the first power team, what I thought was a power team, the way they fell and crumbled off of, well, what I thought was mess, but I found out the truth behind everything. Just, staying alive, right? Staying free. And that first power team crumbled. But this power team, now, this was something I hadn't laid eyes on now. This was a Vic Damone ×3. So I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the work. I'm looking at them bagging each other up. I'm like, man, the experience put tears in my eyes when I just look back on it. Even though it's the cyber world, it still plays a role on our emotions. And I see Jazzy kind of edge to the left a little bit. She was feeding off into what the people were saying based off the question Suge asked. And whether Suge asked the question disrespectfully or respectfully, I didn't really get a foothold on it because the events that happened after that was kind of like a domino. It's like it happened right behind the other. But I was praying that Suge didn't take her critique, my young girl. I was praying that he didn't take her critique in the wrong way because this woman in particular, which is my Jazzy G, she has admitted and showed proof that she has mental difficulties. She has been burned before YouTube. She has been burned during YouTube. And you got people that judge her about her lying. Can you blame her? I'm not a supporter of lying on no angle, but when she came with the truth, she was constantly judged. She told the truth about the baby getting out the house or somebody around there. She told the truth to somebody. Or it was recorded. Listen. When Jazzy admitted to us that she had mental difficulties, that should have sent a red flag off. When a person admits and have proof of things like this, you don't treat them like you treat normal people because this is proof that she's not a normal person. She has a different way of thinking. She has a different way of doing things. Now, around the right set of people, she can learn a better way. She can see, first of all, a better way, and then she can learn from that if she can identify with that way better than the way that she's used to living. But every time she get this circle, something happened. I'm not privy to know exactly what happened, whether it's her lying, whether this, that, and the other. But when you deal with a person like this, you have to deal with them very, very gently. Now, a person like me, you can cut me up when I make a mistake or mess a lot because I don't have any mental difficulties. I should know better about certain things. But this woman has admitted this. And I was trying, and I know Cookie be flying. I was trying to come to her. I put in her chat. I know for a fact I put in her and Suge chat that Jazzy means no harm. Don't take it like that. And even if she do mean harm, even if she do, she's not like the rest of us. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a proof type way. She's shown proof of this. She's still trying to find her way. She's she's not a baby, so to speak. My oldest baby is 24 years old, but she's young. She's young. I was still going through stuff at that age. Some people, it takes time for them to figure it out. Some people, it takes time for them to ask the certain questions. You have to let them do what they do. But if you love somebody, you don't just stop loving somebody because they lied to you, they made a mistake, or they did this wrong, or they doing this wrong. You don't just stop loving somebody, because if you do, if it's possible, that love is in fact not real love. It's not real. I told y'all about how Vic denied me from coming to stay with him when I was trying to move out of the place I was at when we was younger. And he let another nigga move in who, pretty much stabbed him in the back afterwards. But before he learned from his situation, I didn't turn my back on him because he told me something I didn't want to hear. He was still my dog. He would still come pick me up from West Hill if I asked him to. He would still drop a couple dollars on me if I needed them to. He just told me, hey man, I don't think that'd be a good idea. He was with his woman. He knew I didn't want his woman, but still, whatever told him to not make that move, it was either I respect him or I don't. He tell me no, and then turn around and tell his other dude yes. Everything happens for a reason. But I don't stop loving him or calling him my homie. Back then, he was my DJ solely. I don't just stop all that because he gives me a no. And it wasn't no real friendship. It wasn't no real love. So I was trying to tell Cookie, Jazzy didn't mean it that way. She probably did say it that way. But by you showing up, and and from a Cookie standpoint, I understand fully why Cookie took her pretty self over to ZX house. See, let me explain. The night before Jazzy was supposed to make her appearance, ZX gets on a live and he's telling Jazzy, bring the bitch with you. Bring the bitch. Bring the bitch with you. I mean, this dude said this shit over and over again. It was funny as hell to me because I don't take these people serious. And I know Cookie, she's a boxer, so if it hit her on the chin, she ain't gonna do nothing but roll it off and come back with some of her own. Bring the bitch, bring the bitch. So bam. And if you know Cookie, you already know Cookie heard this dude. Bring the bitch, bring the bitch. So here go Cookie, like, okay, you think I'm a wait? You think, if I want to come to you, I gotta wait for Jazzy? Okay. Nigga, what's up? So, that's from Cookie's standpoint. Now, from Jazzy's standpoint, this is like one of the most beautifulest things that could have happened. She actually went over there. Yeah, she foiled my plan, but she actually went over here. Now, here come where paranoia hit Jazzy. Nah. This kind of just like the last time. This shit too good to be true. No, something wrong with this. This ain't right. This ain't, they probably scripted this. I mean, some of the most far out shit you could probably think about is 9 times out of 10 what ran through Jazzy's head to make her flip the script like she did. So the best way, if we got feelings for this girl, and I don't question Cookie's feelings. What I believe Cookie did was, I believe Cookie came to Jazzy's rescue because she didn't like the people that was doing this, and the people that was doing this for a long time. So yeah, she liked it, Jazzy. She's coming from a mother of 7. She can identify with some of the mistakes Jazzy made. And, 9 times out of 10, they would have had the conversation. I can guarantee you, from who Cookie is, she would have gave her that tough love after she proved to Jazzy, hey, I really got your back. But see, Cookie didn't get the chance to. And look, everybody, This is my perspective. Don't etch it in stone. This is my perspective. So Jazzy questioning everything based off what has happened to her in life and what had just happened to her the previous month when she thought she had a solid bulletproof team. You dig what I'm saying? So she's paranoid at this point because this too good. This woman actually went over there to this dude who's been harassing me all this time. Something got to be up with this. So I could understand why Jazzy was throwing that bait out there just to see what happened. And I'm saying she threw bait because I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Because of her condition, it could have been she was just flat paranoid, which people like myself can fully understand. I've been in prison. I've dealt with mentally ill people. And you have to be a certain type of way for them people to take notice of where you coming from. You have to come at them in a certain type of way. And you got to be consistent because these people ain't no dummies. I don't give a damn how deranged they can be. They're not dummies. Hence, Jazzy G. Well, girl, how you support Jazzy and she into the tarot cards and into this, that, and that, witchcraft? And, hey, look. God said in the Old Testament, if there's a witch among you, stone them. Then he came back in the Psalms and he told us the vengeance is mine. Then he came by way of Jesus Christ and the apostles and told us that, hey, maybe you can win them over with your works, with your actions. Maybe you can show them a better way and they will want to learn what you know. So conduct yourself in like manner as good as you possibly can, as much as you possibly can in your imperfect state. How can you be cool with G and that they war with each other? Because I got two buddies who I can call on right now if I want to. And look, wake them up out they sleep and say, bitch. And they going, oh, man, fuck you. I got two buddies, like I told y'all, and I'm going to keep on telling y'all until y'all get it, that hated each other. Did I go behind one buddy back and talk about the other buddy? No. Did I allow the one buddy to talk about the other buddy? No. And if I did allow it, I had a defense for either or. So when it did happen, it got stopped abruptly. How can you hang with this nigga? It got stopped abruptly. Hey, you don't like him? He ain't around. We ain't got no business talking about them. And this is as a kid. This is as a teenager. This happened. Young teen. So I tell you, if a young teen can see through the bullshit, can see through the facade of arrogance and whatever the opposite of humility is, pride, okay? If a young teen can see through this and with that power make these two enemies best friends, what the fuck you think a 43-year-old gonna do? I'm King Curl, dog. I was King Curl before I was King Curl. One of the poorest niggas in the neighborhood. Still had things. And it's before my stealing age. I would still, you drop some money or something, I would steal that. I would take that. I wouldn't tell you, hey, you dropped that. You understand what I'm saying? You tell me you lost your video game and I know you really left it over my house. Goddamn me, I would take that. I would make sure I had it when you come around. I did that. I lived that. But I still had the right frame of mind to have two guys that was at each other's throat become best friends. And one of my friends, his older brother, me and his older brother was at war. Did that mess up the relationship with me and my dog? No. In fact, his brother knew that when we was together, don't even look at me wrong. Yes, I'm telling you facts. I'm not telling you no bullshit, no cyber stories. I'm telling you real life. And if anybody got enough gall to say I'm lying and put some money on it, I'll prove it live on air. I'll go live and I will call on the phone on speaker and prove it live on air. Two different people can tell you. So this way of thinking is not in my it's not in my thinking capacity. So when you say, how can he be cool with this? How can he listen to this person and go listen to the person? Because I can. And anybody with enough sense can. When Michael Jackson and Prince was supposed to have a war, did I just say, hey, I'm picking this one, I ain't going to listen to the other one? Hell no. When Biggie and Pac was going at each other, did I just say, oh, I'm a just listen to this, I ain't going to listen to that? Hell no. I'm listening to both of them. I want the best of both worlds. And I want to give them the best of my world. See, my world is stress-free. My world come with plenty blessings. You talking about being able to sleep at night? Step into my world. You want to talk about having a clear conscience, not worrying about not needing no gun for somebody want to do for you, for somebody want to do for you. You let me reword that again. You think about you needing to have a gun because you're afraid what somebody can do to you. See, I'm around all that. I'm around all that. That ain't even in my collective thinking, man. That's old shit. I walk these streets. I don't care what neighborhood I'm in. I'm not afraid of anything with no gun. So yes, niggas, we are different. We are, man, we so different, it ain't even funny. I've always been a big man. And those of you out there who live, they know the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And a gun can bring anybody down. But see, I work for a different power. I work for a power that don't feed off into fear. That's not intimidated by nobody or what no man can do to me. And that's why I'm in love with the people I'm in love with. That's why I look at the people I look at. And baby boy Suge. Me and Suge have a lot of ways, a lot of different things we look at different from each other. But for the most part, do Suge love truth? Yeah. I look at Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee's going at Suge. How can you? And Suge asked the same question. Suge, because I can. I wish you didn't take these people as serious as you took it. And I'm hoping it's just the act. I hope you really don't take these people serious. Because they're not, if you're getting on this platform and you're not enjoying yourself, unplug. That's all you got to do. Unplug. Just unplug. Just get off of it. Or just listen. You ain't got to say nothing. Just listen. Let people tell you who they are. You ain't got to go back and forth. I listen to them because y'all two different people. Y'all have two different grooves. I listened to my girl Jazzy until she started messing with the tarot cards and stuff. Jazzy is a youngster. She has to go through what she has to go through. She had to go through her rites of passage. She had to learn right from wrong, the do's and don'ts. She got to go through that. Don't judge her. Don't judge her for getting caught in a couple lies. Don't judge her for making a couple mistakes. Don't judge her from her losing her kid. She's being judged already. She's the one that got to go through these court procedures, and I think she said she paying child support. She got to go through that already, and she have mental disabilities. Where is the motherfucking love? See, I have people with mental illness in my family. I know they have to be treated delicately. I don't give a fuck how annoying it is. That's just the way it is. We can't come along and just because we don't want to deal with it, change the rules of the game. That ain't the way it works. We show love. We move in spirit and truth. And if the kitchen get too hot, we get up out of it. We don't throw more fire in that. We don't set the whole kitchen on fire. Get hot, we get up out of there. We catch our breath. And if we choose not to catch our breath and go back in there, so be it. But I know it got to be some people that think like mine on this site. And I've run into a lot of them. I run into them in Suge chat. I run into it in Buddy chat. Always in AOV. See, the beautiful thing about AOV, all of us can dislike everybody and dislike everybody. And we all get along. We all come together, we speak to each other, make sure each other cool, greet each other. We laugh with each other. AOV is the shit. Period. And that's to the people that say they don't support my brother no more because he ain't stepped up and this, that, and the other. Hey, what's meant to be is gonna be. But we chills over in AOV. Yeah, we probably dislike the same person for disrespecting Vic because we know Vic ain't trying to disrespect nobody. He ain't trying to. There's certain people he pick with, and we check him about it. But there's certain people he did nothing to but support, and they come after him. So yeah, we be as a collective mad about that, but everybody like different people, and we okay with that. Oh, Mega Mortis, you was over there with such and such. No, we ain't with all that. Mega Mortis got who he listened to or she listened to. Nep got who he listened to, and who he don't like. Everybody got different tastes. Everybody don't like the same food, the same drink. So quit making like everybody got to eat from the same. Come on now, y'all. I mean, for real. We grown, we got sense. We know that everybody got different taste buds. So quit making it like it's a big difference when it comes to our entertainment and what we do to pass time. I know sports is fake, but I still look at highlights sometimes when I want to see some sweet entertainment, some athletic acting on the field. I still like what the game is supposed to be about. I actually played high school football, so I know that was real. I mean, come on, y'all. We better than this. Everybody got different tastes. Everybody not the same. No matter how bad you hate it, everybody ain't the same. That's just the way it is. So quit making it seem like somebody's out of order when they're not as like you, when they don't know as much as you know. Come on, y'all. Everybody ain't meant to hear my voice. I go over there to Beasley the other day. He cussing me out. Now dig this. He cussing me out. And his reason for supposed to cussing me out is because I'm over there. I be over there with Cookie, right? Fast forward. He over there big up in Cookie. Because Cookie helped expose Ali the snake. He didn't play the whole video. Yeah, I don't like Cookie, but I'm going to play this. You fool.